Welcome to the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. This podcast will give independent insurance agents all of the tools to grow your business and live life on your terms. Wherever you are today, if you're starting with nothing or well on your way to the success you desire, with the right people, processes, and promotions in place, you will be unstoppable. And now I'd like to introduce your host, Mike Stromsoe.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. I want to start with a story on this episode. I was privileged to go speak to a group of independent insurance agents a couple of months ago, and they had the opportunity to learn more about what's going on with automation technology, AI, and the such during that event. So after I got done delivering the keynote, I like to hang around and learn. And so I'm sitting in the audience, and they brought up about 5 of their partners. This association brought up 5 of their partners who are doing great things in automation, technology, AI, and the advancement of it, and using it in agencies. I'm just sitting there observing everything that these guys are saying on stage. And there's this one guy that comes up on stage. His name is Vishal. And I'm listening to Vishal, and he says, how many of you have bots? Now, keep in mind, this event, there's about 700 people in the audience, okay? So how many people know what bots are? You know, got some hands in the air. And he goes, how many people here are using bots in their agency? Maybe 5, 10 hands tops. Hands went up. And he said, and this is the thing that got me. He goes, well, I'm here to tell you today that if you built a bot in your agency, your bots are outdated. And I think as soon as I picked up my chin and closed my mouth, I was like, holy Toledo, we bots. I mean, I talk to a lot of independent insurance agents, and there aren't too many that are using that kind of technology in their agency. Yeah. And those that are, for him to say that, that's huge. And so I have gone to the man that said that. We built a relationship. I am privileged and honored to have Vishal from K.ai on the podcast today. Hey, Vishal.
Hey, Mike. Thanks so much for that lovely intro. And that was actually one of the first conferences where we presented K and what we are building. And I would love to chat with you and tell you more about how bots are outdated.
Yeah. So they've taken it to another level, and I'm going to leave that to Vishal to share today. I was actually able to catch up with him. He's in another part of the world, so he's tough to track down sometimes, but I don't give up. So anyway, thank you for jumping on from the Aloha area, and taking time today to share. So let's dig into it. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what is K.ai, and most importantly, why are you doing this for independent insurance agents to help them in their businesses?
Yeah. So before even the company, I have a machine learning background. I have basically from graduation worked at a range of big tech companies and worked at companies like Microsoft and Twitter. My co-founder worked at companies like Amazon and a couple of other AI startups. And I got into this space, one, because when we left our companies, we realized we are at an inflection point for how large language models are going to change a lot of things around our worlds. We remember ChatGPT when it came out in 2023. We remember getting really excited about all the possibilities that come with it. But when we jumped in and finally started a company, what we are building with K has basically been coming from a thesis of operations in every single industry is going to fundamentally change. And operations basically is work that is repetitive. There's a lot of work across the space, which is just doing double data entry work across multiple different websites, doing things that take up a lot of paperwork, things that take up a lot of time, that things people don't really want to do anymore. And when we joined the space of insurance, it was clear to us that the delta for operational efficiency was way higher in insurance than every other personnel that we talked to. And there's a range of reasons that we can dive into of why that happened. But what K is and what we are building with K is, as you mentioned, the next generation of bots. But they are next generation enough that we call them AI coworkers. And we are essentially building AI coworkers that learn and adapt to your processes and then join your team just like your coworkers do. They train from your existing material, they learn your repetitive processes, and then take away all the tasks that you would rather not do and focus on things like building relationships within independent agencies, doing all the client service work that really matters, and put away all the work that you have to do in carriers and AMS systems, and give that to a coworker that can learn like you.
I love that term, AI coworkers, and that plays right into what I saw and heard. And one of the things that's unique about K, and let's dig into this really quickly, and then we're going to do something that people seem to love on the podcast. We're going to jump into a quick video that Vishal and his team created, and you'll learn from that. And if you are on the video podcast version of the podcast, you can watch it there. And if you need to look at that later, you can always just go to YouTube and then search Unstoppable Profit Producer. Click on the videos, and all of our podcasts are there, and you can watch this as well as a follow-up. But your technology, Vishal, and AI and bots and all that, they have the ability, because what I learned about bots a couple of years ago from a lot of my independent insurance agency buddies who are using them in the agency, they've got to build them and program them, right?
That was the bot of the legacy technologies, right? I think
Okay.
today where we are at is there's a few things that fundamentally changed, and I think that's what we were discussing at the conference. One, RPA or bots of the past would require a lot of onboarding time for any website that they had to work with. So let's say you're working with 10 of your top market carriers, it would require them to hard code every single website and anticipate that every single page is going to be the same. And whenever the website changes,
you love the podcast but don't know where or how to get started? Visit www.upplife.com. That's UPPLIFE.com to learn more about our coaching and mastermind programs and how you can join our community of growth-oriented agency owners today.